his whole might be different if his parents were there.
Both parents.
We doing this now.
We are.
All right, now go ahead. All right.
Yeah, like
we gotta have this conversation.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like
this would never come up on a weight podcast.
Definitely wouldn't.
Right,
they all have dads.
Yeah,
I was gonna say they all got. They got.
How was your dad? That's the type of guy. Let's define the stereotype.
Shit.
Did you live with
a
him?
drunk?
Yeah.
A drunk.
Well, part of my life.
Part of your life? Like, what do you mean? What part?
Like the part when I realized mom ain't got food ever, and I was like, dad always has food. Like 14, 15.
So were your parents ever together when you were?
Yeah, when I was like 4 or 5, then they split. Then we moved up to the joint up on the hill here.
Okay.
Yeah. So like my earliest memory is them splitting up.
Your earliest memory, did that affect you at all?
Oh yeah, like cause I know it has now because I don't care what it is. I know my mom did her best. She struggled. She tried so hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll blame her for everything. It's like I have a disdain for her still. It doesn't matter what she does.
Is it a blame?
It's like no, like example today. She texted me. She was cleaning the crib. The washer broke. She gonna send me a picture of somebody had put a free washer and dryer outside, and she just put me this whole big ass paragraph, but didn't give me no address, and I lost my mind on her.
Do you blame her for the split up?
100%.
So your dad's an angel in your eyes.
Nah, I know it's his fault. Like I know that, but in my mind is like my mind won't let it go.
Do you feel like your mother affects your relationship with women?
That's deep. I don't know. If it does, fuck them. Fuck them bitches. Don't ever give a fuck. Fuck their kids they got now. Fuck the kids they gonna have with me.
God damn.
Give a fuck about them.
I think it's safe to say that we all need therapy, but I feel like you'd be the most resistant.
Shut it up. You guys want to have this horseshit ass conversation.
Joe would never learn from therapy because he thinks he knows everything.
You're right.
I want to have the best 30 for 30 whenever he make it.
Whenever who makes it?
My son that I never see.
You got a son?
I don't know. Not yet. Maybe. Who cares?
What? Everybody cares.
A struggle story. Nobody wants to watch somebody who was like, oh, this is awesome. The McCaffrey brothers. Snooze fest. Snooze fest. We all was the shit. We all went to college. Snooze fest. LeBron James.
It's a phenomenal story.
You fucking
I watched that shit when his mom ain't come to this senior night. Definitely shed a tear. I was like, damn, his team walked out with him. I was like, damn, your parents ain't shit.
Hilarious.
Oh, midgets.
Yeah, but they knew you wasn't no good, and your mom had to go to work.
No.
I definitely never heard of you being a player. And I thought
your mom ain't walk out with you during midgets.
She did not, man. And I think about
she was at church
today, man. Nah, they was in Youngstown.
Shopping in Portland.
I never forget, man. That shit did me dirty. Like walking.
That shit hit different.
You got to remember too.
Burlington
my
last
last name's Whitted.
And your mom's last.
So I was last.
And nobody was.
Damn. So they had the whole game to get there.
I was last.
What was your dad?
We was in the huddle. Hey, we was in the huddle getting ready for the game, and Murray was out there by himself.
Go ahead, Doc.
He said they was in the huddle, and they was still.
No, we was in the huddle. And they still going over Murray shit.
Damn. So who walked you out?
I walked him out.
I say Mickey Jones.
I walked out by myself.
Damn.
Me and my brother escorted him.
That was some shit. No, Tyrone Gooseby ran out. You know what's crazy? Tyrone Gooseby always been a grown man since we was kids. It was weird stuff.
For sure.
Because he's like, what, 2 years older than me? 3 years older than me?
He's 2 years older than me.
And he ran out
3
there.
Years older than
he
me.
ran out there halfway.
We're supposed to be the same age.
And he walked with me. Like that's
He probably ran from the crib too.
Damn.
Honestly, I never really cared about none of that shit until that moment. That shit fucked me up. Like that.
Did you ever tell your mom about that?
Yes.
And what did she say?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Probably told him to grow the fuck up. That shit don't mean nothing.
Nah,
you wasn't getting in anyway.
No, because my mom was always my mom always did everything that she could. That was just one of those moments where she just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? She just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So, but
my mom never cared about shit like that.
I mean, I wish I had one of these stories like you guys, but unfortunately, I grew up like the Huxtables. So,
your daddy was raping bitches.
That's crazy as fuck.
How you feel
now? I said the Huxtables, not the Cosbys.
Oh, my bad. I'm
big difference.
He was still on set doing wild things.
Nah. Everybody spoke highly of Bill.
See, mine was like the ghetto Huxtables, man. Like, it was a good household, but with just a little bit of ratchetness. Like, we'd be going to church.
together, cuz?
Like we would go to church and everything like that, but at night they'd be riding the Elks.
There's nothing wrong with that to me.
Right.
No,
I feel like
that's what I'm saying. Like life was good. Life was good for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But they was definitely on the racks.
You had to hit a couple licks if they came to the door.
So your dad has always been around, right?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, that's cool. Did you live in the same house with him?
Yeah,
until what? They split 9th grade year.
Oh yeah, that was
peeled. Yeah.
Did you feel like you had to like you had the opportunity to act out a little bit? Then they split, or did it affect you?
Nah, so man, I was a good kid, bro. So I ain't really.
Y'all didn't go to.
I didn't wild out.
Kid trip out.
His brothers are blood. That's wild.
Yeah. Now my brother wild out.
And his head blood, white dude. That's even wild.
He wild out.
Now, when they.
I feel like he did. I mean, he did the typical Beaver Falls.
They didn't catch that.
You know what I mean?
They didn't catch that.
You know what I mean?
I do remember Body being they don't call him Body anymore.
No,
yeah, they do.
I didn't know. Okay, I remember Body being hilarious, and I also remember him being the blood. It was like him when I came down Falls. It was like him, Cray, E-Web.
Yeah, it was them.
Anybody who got the Enlos before they closed.
The Enlo, yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I can agree. The Carhartt, red Carhartt. You a bad motherfucker to pull off a red Carhartt.
We definitely didn't wild. We didn't wild out like a lot of people like I know wild out. But to be honest, in Beaver Falls, I didn't really know nobody that had their dad and their mom both in the same crib.
True story. And me and Rico were talking about this today because when we looked at the stats says 72% amongst black people is single moms. And I was like, that doesn't even make sense. 72%.
Who said that?
That's high as fuck.
That's a statistic. I can pull the statistic
off of what site? That's bullshit.
Sounds like some Wikipedia.
I pulled the statistic up.
It sounds like I was.
I believe it.
You said 70%.
I mean, like
72%
of what?
Of kids parenting right now is 72% are single moms.
That's bullshit.
Actually, it says 72% are out of wedlock. 62% are single moms. I didn't believe it either. But when I really thought about
out of wedlock, but I'm saying, but
72% out of wedlock.
Talk about out of wedlock.
62% is single parent.
Okay, so that just means somebody's got full custody. But what it inferences like it means that okay, it seems like that the other parent isn't there like at all. That's what that trying to like. That's how kind of where my mind went. I was like, that's bullshit. Like, cause I know your dad, you know what I'm saying?
So you don't
know
think
other people's dads, like, you know what I'm saying?
Just because you know they dad don't
mean that's what I'm saying, but that's where I went.
If you're not in the household, there's a negative effect.
I mean, allegedly.
Allegedly?
I don't think so.
I think there's
because technically then I'm a single mom, then you know what I'm saying? That's bullshit.
So I don't think it's like that with me and Carter, my son. At all. I'm saying we live in separate households, but
what about the other side?
I think it's definitely it's different on the other side. Me and my daughter, it's a lot different because I don't have her all the time like I had.
Women?
I don't say it again.
Your kids are different women?
White women.
Yeah. Two different white ones.
Why is that
two different Anglos?
Before we clarify.
Why does that matter?
I don't know.
But I have Carter half the time, so I don't think it really affects.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's how my dad was. Like, it doesn't matter where he was at, he was always around.
I think it matters.
The presence.
I think it matters in being in the house.
It's big time. Big time. I feel like emotionally, mentally, there's a lot of
you're skipping out on mom's curfew.
Nah, I was scared of my mom. But there's just some things that a mom can't do for you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, screw.
I feel like for me personally, like there was like I feel like there's just certain teachings that you just don't get when it's only with mom. And you could feel it. Like growing up, I could feel it.
I feel like what happens, like because
it's because you couldn't make a jump shot. That's why.
I'm sorry. As far as like living together, like I can just remember like like with my brother, his mother used my dad as like someone of fear. Like I'm gonna call your dad on you. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna go.
That's what dads are for.
You gonna go live with your dad, or I'm gonna make sure your dad come down. We gonna call Ben.
Same thing.
Don't do that for Ben. But it didn't do well for my brother's relationship with my dad because when he got with my dad, he only expected discipline,
tension,
fear. You know, things that you can't do versus the amazing things that my brother Ian and I experienced because we seen him every day. You know, it wasn't just like we gonna call you.
What was those other things?
What do you mean? Like
I'm just saying,
that my dad did with us.
Yeah, because all I know dad to do is go to work and discipline.
And that's what I was
my
saying.
My dad taught us crafts. My dad took us on trips. Like we went camping. We went to
SeaWorld one time.
Nigga, I met Shaq. You're sure talking about I went to Disney World?
He said I met Shaq.
Bro,
on my dad's
Regis'
grave.
dad, man.
On my dad's grave. I was at the LA Staples Center. I was in the 6th grade.
Oh, so your dad was moving drugs?
Nah, man. My dad's a hardworking man. Fuck you. My dad's dead. Fuck you.
Did y'all fly there and drive back?
No, we flew there and flew back.
Damn, he had somebody on the ground.
Yeah, and my granddaddy lived out there. My mom's mom lived out there. My mom's dad lived out there. My dad bought tickets for all of our brothers and sisters and us to go see my mom's dad.
Oh, he had the best childhood.
Hey, so Rico,
Yeah, I had a phenomenal, like, my dad got me
so
a Kendrick.
Rico, do you think that made you? Do you think that made you a softer, having both parents in the household at the same time?
Definitely.
Or more conscious?
I wouldn't say like softer. I would say
more aware.
Being that my dad was a preacher, it made things different for me.
He's a preacher?
Yeah.
How many baby moms he have?
Just one, two, a lot. Two.
That ain't bad for a preacher.
My brother Phil's mom from down this way, but that was before my mom.
Shout out to Phil, by the way. That's who you need on this motherfucker.
Yeah. Phil and my brother Gary Jr. got a different mom than me and my brother and sisters. Okay. But he got all of them. Like Phil moved with us in 9th grade, and then like my dad like turned Phil up like all the way up. Like applied a lot of pressure on him, like held him to a higher standard. You know what I'm saying? Did Phil, because mom's gonna love you regardless. Like even my mom was gonna love me regardless. If I sold drugs, I'd give my mom a couple $, and then it'd be good. You know. Right. But my dad was gonna be disappointed. Don't bring that mess in my house. You know what I'm saying? It was a standard.
Push you to be the best you
for sure. So. What did happen to me though? It's not making me softer. It just it like you said, it made me aware because like I was more afraid of my dad than like niggas.
But that's what I'm saying though, but it comes down to like you wasn't going to go through that knucklehead stage where it's like it's whatever.
I was more afraid of my dad than the police.
Yeah.
So somebody's I'm like, I can say
same.
Fuck my police. Fuck the police.
I feel that.
I'm gonna call your dad. Please, whatever you do not call my dad. Do not call him. I'm begging you. Please don't call him. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Don't call him. Like, and people, and like he made himself extremely.
But Ty was never scared of his dad.
Yeah, right. I was terrified. I mean, more of my mom, to be honest, but my dad definitely put that.
I was scared of my. My
mom was a thug, bro.
Question like, should you raise a child out of fear? Because I feel like the fear that I had in my dad kept me from going, but too far. It's like, because if my dad find out about this, who knows how far he's going to take it.
But here's the thing: you knew, and then it wasn't going to take it that far.
No, I didn't.
You just don't.
No, I didn't.
No, if you get to a certain age, you know, your dad's probably got some certain tools with him. He could do whatever. You know what I mean? He could manipulate certain things, but he couldn't physically do nothing with you.
My dad probably
you didn't want to strain that relationship.
But my dad was the type of guy to tell you, like, man, I'll kill you. He'll tell me he would kill me, and then go take my mom and make another one look just like me.
And then go back to the pulpit.
But like I've seen him like flip over like set tables with like food and turkey and shit.
I couldn't be my dad until I was like 23, 24 years old.
I didn't feel like
anybody until like 30.
I didn't feel like I never even like challenged my dad on some shit like that. I think I was like 19, and then I was like yeah, dad, you know I got the I'm acting like I could slap box and shit like that, and then he was like, oh yeah, let me see what you got, and he stood up and he slapped the fuck out of me.
You know how to block?
It wasn't even a show, because when you slap box, you really don't even like hit the person like that. He slapped the fuck out of me in my nose, my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like getting hit in the nose is different. Eyes watering. You need a timeout. You bit my tongue. It just was all bad. I was just like, nigga, I thought we was fucking around. You know what I'm saying? Like you slapped the fuck out of me, but he was letting me know, like, nigga, I'm not one to play with. I'm your dad, and you always remember that shit. So like, that's the respect level. But this fear, like I was scared to probably about like. I didn't get my ears pierced until I was like 24. I swear to God.
I don't even know why you said that.
Bro, my dad was no joke.
You always had love for my pops, but I never really feared him. I always had love for him.
Did you fear your mom?
Yeah.
See, I never feared my mom.
Yeah, I feared my mom.
But even though my mom was
I feel like she had to take on that role.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like my dad not being there was there was more negatives than positives. But I feel like there was some positive. What's up, man?
Nothing, man. What's up?
I feel like you're showing your true colors. I feel like you got affected the most.
He definitely did.
I definitely did not.
I'm peeping it. All the body language.
Mad regular. She was baseball games, football games.
You ever fought your dad?
No. Tried to.
You tried to? He tried to fight you, or you tried to fight him?
I tried to fight him.
What happened?
Well, I wouldn't say I would try to fight him. I'm just saying he tried to put me in my place, and I was like, it's not happening. Like,
how old were you?
First time 14, second time like 17.
And he wasn't fucking with you 14 or 17.
He basically was like, he grabbed a bat and was like, let's go outside. Like, and he was dead fucking serious. Took his glasses off. We walked outside, and yeah. And then the first time he just came up behind me and choked me out when I was getting smart with him. And when I mean choke me out, I mean a brittle old man's arm and that shivered little bone right here.
Hell yeah. Underneath that neck.
Right through there. Hey, and it was like pouring frosted flakes, fam. It's the end of the night. I'm just trying to give me a snack. Straight night.
Wait a minute. So y'all wasn't even beefing each other?
Wait, he choked you to sleep?
Yeah, I must have said something. I said something earlier. Like when I woke back up and he was just standing there and he was like, yeah, I don't want to talk about this again.
Damn.
And walked away and I was like, confused.
I want to go to mom's.
No, it was way too late.
And you lived with him? You moved in with him?
No. At that time I didn't. But then after that I moved in.
How's y'all's relationship right now?
He's dead. So we get the best relationship. Dead ass, man. That's my guy. That's my guy. So we ended on the best of terms. That's my guy. Like he didn't end up being the best of him. You know what I mean? So I love you. That's my guy.
He was the best of him before he died, right? You're not saying like he was the best of him because
before he died.
Okay, I'm taking like
he's the best. You're gonna cry tonight.
Shit, nigga,
not a chance.
Yeah, don't gonna cry tonight, boy.
I cried over my old head 2 days ago.
Who, your pops died?
Hell yeah, he died 2 years ago.
Oh, so that's my.
Let me shout for my pops. Shout for our pops right now.
Whatever, motherfucker.
Shout for your mom. Put your moms in there too, bro. Yeah.
I ain't got nothing in my.
Ty, you can't. You know, Ty's got COVID,
Hey, what
right?
kind of cup you got?
That's why he ain't here.
Ty ain't got no good cup. You ain't no cup, bro?
He got one of them red cups from Pizza Hut.
No, he got his workout.
Yeah, man, I got a cup.
Yeah.
Ty, let me ask you a question.
Are you pitting?
Mom.
Probably.
God, what deodorant do you use?
In the small shirt. What you want me to do?
There's some bacon.
What deodorant is
There's
that?
some bacon soda in there.
There's no way.
Bacon soda right there.
He said there's some baking soda.
Dab that bitch.
Yeah, dab that motherfucker.
Hey, Ty, let me ask you a question. As someone who got a separate child in a separate house, when it comes to females who weaponize their kids, what is your opinion on?
They got nunchucks.
No, I'm talking about women who use the kid to get back at the man.
Is that her, or is she just using the system?
No, I feel like that
I'm
is
just asking his
immature
opinion.
as fuck.
I'm just asking.
Do you have good relationship with both of your child's mothers? You have two child's mothers.
Yeah, I definitely do now. Yeah. I mean, well, we always had good relationships with the one that I was with. And then the other one, you know what I'm saying, it was kind of rocky at first just because I was in a situation. So I got caught cheating, bro.
So you're
the other one
is a cheat child.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you question. Did it affect like your like okay.
Hell yeah. Whatever you about to say, hell yeah.
Whatever you about to say, yes.
Damn.
100.
Yeah. Whatever you about to have.
Right. Okay, so like how did you overcome that? Like where did it, you know what I'm saying? Like it just become natural for you, like where it's like okay. Because I've been in a situation where like I had a girl tell me that she was pregnant. And I was like,
never believe
I'm not with it at all. Like, terminate it, but it's your choice. You know what I'm saying? And because it just wasn't, what I was on. But then like she was kind of adamant on the situation, but like kind of find out it was a farce. It was a joke. Like she
it always is. It always never believe them.
But say someone that truly, is like going to go forth with this, and it's something that you didn't want. Like, how did you like mentally prepare, or like was you like, all right, what was how did you become happy because it's not something that you planned? Did it take time? Or
to be honest, it took a long time. I mean, years to be honest. The first couple of years, like all I was trying to do was make sure my home was still good. You know what I mean? So it kind of took away from my relationship with my daughter because I was just trying to win my girl back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So everything was pretty much put on the back burner with and that's obviously not the right way it's supposed to go.
Yeah, but you don't.
But it took years. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
you want that woman to accept.
Yeah,
because
you want to be selfish.
because you still wanted your girl back. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want to lose your girl and your son and shit like that.
Right.
So
Right.
that was like the household was first. You know what I'm saying? And
The household, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The household, and I'm not saying that. I mean, like once I knew I was having my daughter, the first thing I should have just did was like, hey, yo, this is happening. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be in my child's life. So, you know what I'm saying? And that's where my mind was. I'm not like that now. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I love my daughter, but at the time, it was more like, yo, like this needs to happen just so I can save my family. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, man, I'll do whatever it takes to get my family back.
Right.
Do you feel like the fact that you're not in the home with your daughter, do you feel like there are some negative effects right now? You know what I'm saying? Like
Of
that.
course.
Okay.
I mean,
Like,
she's receiving nothing but a female's perspective over everything. You know what I'm saying? And like,
yeah, she can't hear you.
Say it again.
I mean, she can't hear your bullshit.
I can't hear you.
Good.
he says she can't hear.
Right. But I got a lot of good bullshit.
Mm.
Y'all keep cutting out.
No, you got a bad internet up on that hill. Tell your neighbor to take your Wi-Fi off.
Maybe that's what it is. I can't
You'll be stealing Wi-Fi out there.
That's funny as hell.
Do you feel like it gets better as you get older?
Talent.
Is there a closeness as y'all get older?
Yeah, 100%. So I mean, we became way close over the past like 2 years now. I mean, literally to be honest with you, the first 4 years it was definitely a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Because we had differences of opinions with me and my baby moms, and now it's a lot different now. So I mean, I think we're working on just making sure our daughter is number one, to where it's been like that with me and my son's mom from day one. When we split up, it was nothing but, hey, yo, we got to parent and be the best co-parents that we can possibly be. And there was no issues. Like, we don't even argue. Everything's always copacetic with her. So, I mean,
So
are you tempted to
make a third?
No, to be with either one of your baby moms? Like, maybe not emotionally first. We'll ask emotionally first.
No, maybe when I'm like 60 or 70, I'm gonna die with somebody.
Yeah.
If I want to die with maybe if I'm lonely, like later on down the road, I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's just go ahead and ride this one out. You know what I'm saying? But
how are you as far as how do you feel about your child's mother's dating?
Oh, I don't give a damn long as they ain't around my son or my daughter.
So,
like I don't give a damn.
So you want no other men around your children?
Your son
is that something that
as long as I meet him first, I mean, obviously there's going to be a time where it comes to where they're going to meet significant others, and then they're inevitably going to be around, another guy. All I care about is me introducing myself and giving my opinion on what I want my kids to be raised like, and just to let them know, like, if you're going to be around, these are certain things that you need to be doing in your life.
Okay. So
hold on. You know what's real crazy is Ty still thinks like he can make rules. Like it makes
there gotta be some.
I meet him first. No, you just gonna find out when you find out, and you're gonna roll with it because the system ain't gonna let you.
Hey,
right?
They're backed regardless.
I agree.
You're gonna take it on the chin. Listen. You either gonna like it, or you're not gonna like him. And then you got to deal with it either way.
I agree with you, but I don't feel like it has to be that way. And I feel like his mentality comes from him having an active father in his life.
I'm always going to
like myself. Like
he wants control, but there's no control
because that's what he had. That's what he knows.
There really is though, because as the other man, okay,
I'll date both his baby mamas right now and not give a fuck.
Either I abide with respect or I gotta fight you. You know what I'm saying? And that's
people get popped every day, B.
There's gonna be a certain level of respect. That's just how it's gonna go. Period. If you ain't willing to give me that certain kind of respect,
have you dealt with that yet?
Yes.
Like your either one of your child's mothers dating. Have you dealt with that? Because I'm sure they've moved on, and you both have moved on.
Say it again.
Have you dealt with like having to have that conversation with like a guy that they're dating at the time yet? Has he had to cross that path?
Yeah.
How did it go?
Once.
How'd it go?
So we didn't actually have the conversation, but I I reached out to him, you know what I'm saying, because the way I wanted things to go didn't go the way it happened. So I reached out to him for him to link up, and things just didn't happen to happen. You know what I'm saying?
What I say?
But he wasn't around my son no more.
Right.
He also wasn't around the baby mom because he was like, I'm off.
I mean, either
So
exactly because and so listen. He wasn't around. So after
you know what I really
after I hit him up, he was like, "Oh, you know what? I don't even know if I'm really that serious right now."
You know what? You're doing her a favor.
What about vetting them? About allegedly vetting people out?
Yeah, what? Listen, if a
So
man,
you're saying he be dirty macking?
So you know what pissed me off? You know what pissed me off about the whole situation was
maybe
next subject, dirty macking baby daddies.
That is dirty macking.
You're a dirty macking baby daddy.
No bull. So it was crazy. So he was like involved with my son. Like actually, like my son knew him, and then I see him at a game at Beaver Falls Middle School, or whatever. And I'm with Carter, and he sees him and walks right past him.
Oh well, he knows the game.
Say it again.
Mom said we're off this, so I'm off this.
But I mean, you already embedded yourself in my son's life. So if you're gonna embed yourself in my son's life, you're gonna know him forever, right?
I'm not a chance.
No.
You know how many kids I walk by?
Ty, you're correct.
Walk by upstairs? No, not a chance. I don't give a shit.
He said, "You know how many kids I walk by upstairs?" Yo, bruh, we don't even got to go there. Listen,
that's different. That's totally different.
No, I see, and when I see him outside, walk by him again, they'd be like, "Oh," I'd be like, "No,
bruh, this dude is coming out the crib, bro."
Nobody cares. Nobody cares,
bruh. Listen, I feel like what you're doing, you're basically helping her. Because if a man ain't really,
he's hindering her.
If a man ain't really trying to be there, if he really wanted to be there, he would sit down with you.
I agree.
He would have that moment with you. The fact that he didn't,
but the fact that you deserve that moment was what
he knew that this wasn't some real.
What's crazy? Well, first off, I 100% deserve it, just like she does. Like, there's no way in the world I will be involved with a female on a certain kind of level and not reach out to her and be like, "Hey, yo, I'm just letting you know she's gonna be around Carter. Do you want to meet her before that actually happens?" I'll do it every time because she deserves that. She deserves it.
Have you done that?
We just talked about it. What the fuck you doing? You gonna rewind?
Hey, bruh.
No, has he said that with a woman? Like, has he told his woman about another woman? He's like,
man, no. I ain't been with nobody.
Carter be pulling him in.
No chicks.
You should see whenever I took him to school.
We don't go on dates. Hey, we don't go on dates. You know what I'm saying? We live a different life.
Did your mother use you against your dad?
No, she couldn't. You know, my dad told her, I'll never forget this. I can't wait to use this on some goofy bitch. I'll never forget this. I was like 7, 8 years old. He was like, and you can hear him yelling over the top of the car. He was like, "You're gonna let me see my kids. You get a lawyer, I'm gonna get 2. You get 2, I'm gonna get 10." And I remember he banged on top of the Buick, and then there was a dent on top of the Buick, and I remember getting out and like, "Yeah, Daddy did that."
I feel you. So what made it about Dad's house that made you want to stay? Like, was it like what connection was it?
Just me and him, just wanting to appease him, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we got along, we was cool until we wasn't cool. Like, the older I got, the more.
Were you like him? You think that's what it was? The similarities? You guys clash, personality clash?
Yeah, maybe. You understand that man was by himself all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, anytime he saw me, like, I do whatever he did.
It was a joy.
You bowl, you shoot things, I shoot things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't like these motherfuckers, I don't like these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You love these cars, or I love these cars too.
So
why'd you start liking black people then? And he didn't.
Yeah, I just ended up just meeting y'all and being like, "Oh, they're individuals."
I know their names. Let me ask you this. Okay, so we all know that racism is something that's taught. It's not, it's learned. It's not something that you're born.
Yeah.
So, was your dad a racist?
He wasn't like
but he didn't push it on you.
No, but when you say that,
was it racist or was it just like ignorance? Like, I don't know y'all and I don't rock with y'all.
No, it was just like, we don't rock with them. They don't rock with us. And then after every meeting I had,
you motherfuckers do y'all's own shit. We'll do our own shit.
Wild aggressive. They don't like you off rip. And I'm like, well, then I don't like them either.
Right.
And then, you hear all the slander in the words, but you never know what ties them.
Do you feel like
shout out to Mom Dukes for telling me that the N-word means trash. So I would call Lacey the N-word all the time.
That's hilarious.
And then guess what? This shit does not work in public. Believe that. It's a so like when people see like motherfuckers online being like wild racist, and you're like, how don't you get it? Like, how don't you see the underlines? You know what I'm saying, you can't read between that. Like, you can't see how certain things are just ridiculous. It's like, no, I get it, because I was like, they've never been pressed, they never crossed that line, they never gotten that opportunity to educate themselves and to be like, oh damn. And then once you do, it's like, now I'm at the point now, it's like everything is racist. So like every word, everything, it's like, what the fuck is going on in life? And then you start, and it's like going down this rabbit hole. And it's like down to your government, to the money, to the everything else. And it's just like, oh, then, and this is it. And it all starts with this. No, you're not allowed. You can't go down there. I remember I couldn't get a starter jacket because my mom moved to Beer Falls when I was like 12. Lacey got a starter jacket, Michigan Wolverines. I got a pro player the next year.
Those was fire too, by the way.
Yeah. Try walking in 7th grade with a pro player in Beer Falls. Roasted. I should have just set it on fire.
With the little P?
The little P zipper?
With the little lightning strike through the P?
I'm telling you, they lit me on fire. And I had
these niggas wear Carhartt right now.
Listen, we're a country as hell.
Yeah.
How many black people live here? 5%?
What's so crazy is if you know about Beaver Falls
and
based
everybody
off
lives
of
on
like
the side
sports
of a
and
hill.
shit, you would think Beaver Falls are all black school.
Right.
Because they travel in groups.
Because we dominate.
Listen, I want to get off topic. I want to keep going because I feel like we getting somewhere good.
No, we were getting somewhere good, somewhere else better than this stupid ass conversation.
Listen,
either raise your kids or don't raise your kids.
No, we talk about like
tell them your daddy's on drugs.
What we're talking about,
what
we're talking about is like how you avoided being a racist.
Oh no, that took a long time. That was a process. It took like literally like opening up books and like reading and being like, oh.
So it wasn't moving to Beaver Falls, did like
no. You just kind of it's just because I was still living in Beaver Falls, but I still go to up here or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, and you would see how crazy they thought, like, because they were like, I was like, those are my friends though. But then I would still perpetuate that if I was down here, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then it came to like a space. I remember when I was in like 8th grade, I think, and it was like I was telling a story. And I said the N-word. It was like, because I was repeating it off of somebody else. And I was like, they were like, no, we're not even repeating the word. Like, this is not where we're at. I was like,
are you telling the story to white people or black people?
Both.
Okay.
And I'm
this is in class?
No, this is outside. And I was just like, but like, just like even now, like, people think like, no, I'm just telling the story, or, oh, I'm just repeating what he said. It's
right.
No. Like, you don't understand how this thing goes and how rooted this is. It's like, I'm like, I don't get it. Like, these motherfuckers, like, why do black people just get so mad about this?
Understandable.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like because you don't know, but then we start finding out that it's like, oh, this is seated in them, even when if they don't know. Because did you do the history of slavery and the Middle Passage and all these things before you realize, oh, the N-word hurts me? It's kind of like you heard it, and then you were like, why the fuck does that shit hurt?
Right.
It's like because even when you hear now, it's like even when I say it's like, oh, that shit kind of It's like, what is that?
Right.
And it's like almost like you lived a different life. Like, oh, we're scared of large things because we were running away from dinosaurs, or we know not to stay in these areas by the river because we know this has been killing people. You know what I mean? You said intrinsically in you that there's something that has been brought down where it's like, why does that sting so hard?
you feel like you're
and I just stopped saying it just all in general.
You feel like you're
I've never said it ever since.
You being like curious, more so like on why this works is what helps you. Because because ultimately, like, okay, coming from a household that
but when you hear about like real stories of real things that happened,
and you heard this from like books or like people,
books, TV,
okay,
and it all starts with the gangster this whatever, and you go like what? And then you go from there. It's like why is like up here from down south? Like
yeah.
Then it's like then you go into things like how come nobody like they got all these same names? You know what I mean? And then you start reading why. Then you start reading stories of these crazy things they used to do during slavery, like the most insane things.
So you felt like you educate. What you did was you educated yourself.
Well, I remember being in 9th grade. I think I had a social studies teacher at Blackhawk, and he was just like, and he said something in class.
So you went to Blackhawk until what, 9th grade?
Yeah, I went to. Well, you understand, I went to Beer County Christian School up here from First, second, third, fourth.
Okay.
And then we moved to Beer Falls in 5th grade. And then I went to Black Hawk 5th to 6th. 7th was at Beer Falls and back to Black Hawk 8th and 9th. And then I came to Beer Falls 10th, 11th, and 12th. But I lived there since I was like maybe 11, whatever age you are going into 6th grade.
What I was asking because it's like, it's so crazy. Like,
why does shit come back on me, man? This is bullshit.
That's fire. It's fire because like
Really
this is fire because there's people, like I said, like racism is something that's learned, and like you come from a household where it could have been learned.
Well, listen, it was, but it like you still got both sides. But it's like but I don't want to paint my man in a bad perspective because it's like or bad light.
No, I understand.
Because it never was like a thing. But I'll never forget being a kid, being like, just asking questions. And I remember just going past Burger King and him saying, like, listen, it's always going to be black versus white. Like, you know what I mean? It's just going to be like, we're going to be racism for the rest of your life, the rest of my life. It's never going to change. I remember just being silent, being like, that ain't true.
Is that because you already had black friends?
Yeah. And I was just like, that doesn't make sense. And I was like, because it's really not that hard. But but now as an adult, you're like, oh, this is really hard. Because now it's like everybody got these wild opinions about nothing. And it's like, this is colored by numbers to me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But everybody's crossing, oh, now it's political. It's like, no, just say it. You're racist. Like, you know what I mean? Like, right here, this is a prime example. Oh, this is a political thing, right? But I could even see the strong racism in there. It was like, where it's like they posted that, like, they don't even get it. And I know they don't get it. But it doesn't make sense to me. How don't you get it? Like, how do I get it? Like, when they said Black Lives Matter, I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Like, I never had to be like, what do you mean? Like, nobody had to explain it to me. It just, I intrinsically got it. And I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense because shit's been fucked up for a while. Like,
right.
Nobody had to be like, oh, well, I never asked, well, what about me? And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be cool. Like, no, it just was a thing I never had to question. And then when I saw everybody going crazy online and how they had to defend it, I was like, why are you just going against it? I was like, it makes sense. Like, you don't get it? Like, you don't see all the Netflix specials? Like, everybody just be going to prison for no reason? I was like, it just doesn't. It's like, I don't know, man. It's just, to me, it just blows my mind.
It sounds like to me that it's just pretty much just educating yourself. Really like, you got to really educate yourself.
No, but you got to get the right education, though, because whenever you read certain things.
You're a unicorn, though.
I don't believe that. I believe there's a lot of me, because like that's why I even play on like when I joke around, I play on like across those racial lines. You know what I'm saying? Just because I want to expose how much you think you know as a black person and how much you don't know as a white person.
See, the reason I think you're a unicorn.
If I get a white person to root for me, I'm like, got you. If I got a black person to get that mad at me, got you. Like,
damn.
You know what I mean? Like I trap you in. That's why I know. Like, that's how I can weed you out that fast.
Okay. I feel what you're saying, and that's why I think you're a unicorn, because I feel like I work with white people. You know what I'm saying? I married into a white family.
Suspect.
And I feel like
and had a white baby. We're getting y'all out the box. Shout out to Ty. Ty, you black as hell, so we'll take another generation. But we getting y'all out the box.
This nigga's the GOAT.
I feel like the average white people that I meet, you have to break it down to them, and they still might not get it.
But I think they don't get it because they're not open to get it. Like, there's some things you're just not going to get.
But trust me, there's that block.
There's a block. Yeah.
There's a lot of white dudes that we went to school with, just like we went to school with Joe. But Joe
don't get it, won't get it
because they're not opening up.
No, because their people didn't tell them, like, that's not true. They're treated just the same.
Did you have somebody tell you that that's not true?
No. First off, not only nobody actually told me it wasn't true. Like, I mean, my mom was always sympathetic, and she's always from Beer Falls. She was like, her thing was more or less kind of like a Bernie Sanders. Like, it's not really about race all the time. It's like, it's really about the have and the have-nots. It just so happens that people are so racist. Like, when I used to ask my mom, like, why when we drive up to Kennywood, Dad makes us duck down in certain neighborhoods? She's like, well, those are the bad neighborhoods. Well, where are the bad neighborhoods? All over America.
Right.
Where are they predominantly? They're black neighborhoods. Well, why is that? That's got to be strategy. You know what I mean?
That's the part what you just said, Mer. Like, I don't see how you like. What you know, you said you don't see how you get it, but no one else gets it. I can remember going to like, because Black Hawk be having like a little carnival or something, or like a little festival.
Yeah, and our cops fucked y'all up because Mo was up there tripping.
Every time I would go to that thing, like, it was like a problem for me to go there.
Yeah.
Now, like, coming from Newcastle, like,
it's a feeling that we want you to feel.
I understand that shit because there was girls in high school that I wasn't allowed to date. I had like girls that like You couldn't look at, you know.
But as long as y'all won championships on this, it
was cool.
It's
We
the
gonna
same,
fuck with
but
you,
it's
but
the
you
same
can't.
way in Quip too.
We had like principals like pulling students into the hall, like into the office, like, hey, listen, man, we like everything you're doing, you know, on the field and all that, but we got wind that you was over there dealing with the Maggiano girl. So
Roger has to drop a name.
We're gonna need you to. That's not a real name. Maggiano's is a restaurant in Philly.
It's good marketing.
Okay.
But like they was just like the principals pulled us in there. Not that we was
why this go to a
racist that a little hit
podcast? Ty, I told you I was trying to stay out this shit.
But like, okay, let's get into like, okay, I'll go to myself. Then you can go last, Mert. Like, because you just told me a little background about your, you know, you and your dad, and like, my father was in my household all my life. You know, like from day one, I done been slapped in church, like mid service. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Like he done beat my brother in the school. Like he was definitely a hands-on father. Joe Jackson,
with no talent.
No, my dad was talented as fuck.
Yeah, I'm just saying these kids weren't.
All of us are. All of us play instruments. All of us play sports.
Oh, my bad. I'm tripping.
Yeah, like statistically, 1 out of every 3 black men is a felon. You know, or has been in jail, something like that.
You know, has been arrested.
I've been arrested. There's 5. My dad has 5 sons. 4 of us are college graduates.
How many's been arrested?
I don't know. None of us were felons. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Just what I'm saying.
I mean, like, you're gonna get arrested.
I'm not trying to be a dick.
I got arrested.
I got questioned and detained for sure. That's what I'm saying.
I got arrested at 14 for kicking a can home from school.
Damn, you be littering, bro?
No, like it wasn't even my can. Like I was walking home from school. They had detention or some shit and was like walking home kicking the can. I remember what I had on. I had like a red Tommy Hilfiger bubble coat.
And it annoyed somebody white. It was
and
like,
then like I had a book. You know, I'm kicking the can, just walking home. Tim's on and shit. Policeman get behind the joint like, if I were you, I'd pick that up. I'm like,
it's a warning.
This can?
That's fine.
It's not even my can. Whatever, right? So I picked the can up. And then as he walks into the building, I drop the can. I'm like, I'm not carrying this can all the way through town to drop this off and look for the nearest trash can. So I'm just not. So I dropped it. Dude came back outside. Didn't I tell you to pick that can up? I'm like, it's not even my can. Like,
it's authoritarian.
What's your name? Is this necessary? What's your name? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, man, at that point, I'm contemplating on running because
you acting crazy.
You know, he's acting crazy, and like that's just some shit that we did at home. Like you see black people, you start running. You know, you see a cop, you start running, and maybe they'll chase you type shit. It's like a gang. But I'm like, I got Tim's on, I got these Echo jeans on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not running nowhere. Right.
That design logo alone was heavy.
That rhino was heavy as fuck.
Hanging off the pocket.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know, I still run, but I'm like, I can't run right now. So I just like walking off. He comes over. I said, what's your name? I'm like, is that necessary? So I like snatch back like from because he like grabbed my coat, but like my coat. Dude, slam me down to the ground, duff me out a little bit, put his, you know what I'm saying, shoulder, knee in my back, went in my book bag, like try to pull some shit out of my book bag. It was like homework and shit. Then he cuffed me, took me to the station, had me cuffed to the chair and shit. And then
I don't believe none of this, by the way, just being white.
That's fine.
That's real life though.
That's a fact.
And then your dad came in and saved the day.
Bro, my dad didn't come in and save the day. My mom is a crossing guard. Now, if you work as a crossing guard, you work through the police station.
For sure.
So I'm down there cuffed to a chair.
Sharita, this your boy? My bad.
Damn near. The lieutenant at the time was black. R.I.P. Nate Aikens. Nate Aikens was like, "What you doing with Clark's boy down here?" And he like, "A little asshole, something." And then he like, "Man, I don't even know why you want to go there with this kid. Like, you know whose kid this is? Like, his mom is a crossing guard. His dad is Reverend Clark. Woo, woo. So he uncuffed me.
Go pick another kid out the projects, basically.
Pretty much.
Ain't that about a bitch?
Pretty much. Uncuffed me, took me to the station, took me to my mom's crossing guard net, right? But he took me all like my mom was in front of the school. He parked like a block above, like further from my mom, right? So she couldn't see me in the back of the car type shit. So he walked up to my mom to tell my mom the story, you know, give me time to like tell his side of the story first, and then like come let me out the car. Let me out the car. I come in the house. I come down, get to talk to my mom and tell her exactly what happened. I was just kicking the can, like he arrested me for no reason. Like, I don't know what's going on. I wasn't doing nothing wrong. Woo, woo. She called my dad. My dad go down to the police station. Ape. You know what I'm saying? He knows Nate Aikens.
That was racist.
That
was racist.
It could be.
If I said it, interesting.
Like he, you know what I'm saying? He pulls up and he like, you know what I'm saying? You want to put your hands on somebody, put your hands on a man. It's a 14-year-old kid. Woo, like he didn't do anything like that. Like you're a root cop. Like he dogging this man, you know, but he's doing this out of anger, out of fear of like something bad could happen to his son. Right. The comfortability of him being born and raised in this area, him knowing who the lieutenant is. So like, and you know, like him just being a confident man. So he's like talking to him
and having attorney money. Let's be honest. I could go down here and fuck up shit. We're still gonna be straight. I'm gonna get out of here.
That's a fact.
Having money means a lot. Like,
big time.
Like, I mean, that's how you feel like the arrogance be like, don't touch me. Like, I'm like, because people will be like, oh, why these dudes on Force 48 never say, I want to talk to a lawyer? Because they don't know a lawyer, and they know
that's a fact.
And as soon as you say lawyer, as a child or a halfway grown man, I would say like 17 to 25 almost. If you ain't been hustling, you think $2,500. All right, man, let me just try to work this out.
That's a fact.
And then all of a sudden you fumble on over your words, your story ain't matching up. Then all of a sudden you should have just never said nothing. But $2,500 is so daunting to you. When in reality, you could really just work that up over a few months. You know what I'm saying? If you had a job or whatever you could do, you know what I mean? So, I mean, but shout out to your pops, though.
Man, he went down there, you know, ruffle some feathers, talk some shit like that to this
let
day.
His presence be known. Like, this
Hell
is my
like,
flock.
This
and we get down.
He was letting him know, like, he has a father. Like, my dad made that clear.
This ain't gonna be
every time. Like, you're not just about to do what you want. Yeah. You like he has somebody,
and you got to show up to court. Your paperwork's gonna have to be processed the right way.
That's a fact.
Challenge that.
That's a fact.
And there's thousands of motherfuckers that's just poor that can't,
and they can't, or uneducated. Being educated matters too, because when you're not educated, you go in there and you talking without being articulate, and then you just in there fussing.
I would say even
that's one thing white people know how to do. Like white people go down there and they're going to articulate their frustration, you know, out and get things done.
They're gonna say, "Am I being detained?"
Shit like that, and then like black people,
nobody even knew that until the internet.
A lot of people feel like if they don't answer, that they're somehow guilty.
That's how I felt my whole life.
Right, but
you know why? Because my mom taught that to me. Like the cops ain't here for no reason, and my dad pro police. He's with the police for any reason. He told me at an early age, never talk to him. Never talk to him. Right now. He said, it don't matter what you say, you're never going to talk your way out of a situation. How many DUIs do I got that I try to talk my way out of? I swear to God, I can drive. I swear to God.
Did you get away with them?
Never. Well, yeah, a couple of them actually before, but like over some fuck shit. But when they start asking different types of questions, it's over. This thing is over. He said, never talk to him. Never.
Job got so many DUIs, he caught a Fed case.
Ain't that about a bitch?
Wow, that's doesn't sound like white privilege to me at all.
Well, let me give you a small example about white privilege. I just thought of my first bar.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, there's still got some crying on it. All right. Yeah.
Hey, Ty, throw some random words, Ty. It'll have a latency.
Yeah.
Domestic.
About my pops now. Everybody know why shit just touched down. Shit on in my heart and then I cry now. Everybody know I want to lie down because you know it's about to go down. I'm off beat, but I got hop on. Everybody know I get my rock on. Got my socks on, polo socks on my top. Anybody know I stay fresh from my top to my crisscross. Fresh Crocs, no socks, on the beach chilling with a fat thought. I like Big Jones. I'm lying like smash them. They got that good butthole.
And I'm crashing.
Hey, way to follow up for me, Joe.
Pulling out,
nigga.
Murder you on his podcast because he wants some clout. Talk about somebody going hold their kids over my fucking head, motherfucker. I kill that bitch. She fucking dead.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I pull up on a block. I know she wants some cock.
Yep.
I put a mask on.
Yep.
Then I be like, it'd be that kettle one, but I'd be kettle done.
Ooh.
That shit be whistling. And I'd be like, man, this is about to be some fun.
It's about to be some. The whistle's kind of. You need a better whistle than that.
Don't never do that again.
I feel like all dads got a whistle.
Right. Gotta tell a
story. Like jean jacket on, Merc.
It's too fresh though. It ain't don't look like it's tattered.
You never know when they throwing bars. Reach for the moon. Still amongst the stars.
Yeah.
To that cliche ass advice. You know how we do. Homie, scratch my head lights. I'm thinking. Yeah. That's just what it is I bring to the table. You feel me? I had to say fuck Abel. I was raised as Cain. Ooh. I was raised with Cain. I seen them cross the street. Ooh. They was smoking cane. Ooh. Let's talk about the strange. Ooh. Different lanes. They call me Murder Man.
Yeah.
Time done passed on shit and they still call me Murder Man. Ooh. I try to tell them to call me Wednesday now. But they don't even talk to me on Tuesday. I'm grinding hard on a Saturday. And that's the Sabbath. We could talk about that later. Let's go, nigga. It's about that flow, nigga, that dough, nigga. Yeah. For sure, nigga. Fuck them hoes, nigga.
Fuck them hoes.
I'm in my own lane, my own strange, my own game. I'm trying to make my own change.
I'm blowing on my own strain. It smell like strange. Anybody know I play the game. Off top, I'm hot. Everybody know I got it. For the low, that's in my pocket. It's thinking, it's bulging out. That's not my wallet. They want to stop it. It smell good, smoking like a rocket. You want to smoke it. You want to smoke it. This ain't no joking. My shit is token. My motherfuckers is choking. Blowing good gas with my pause. Good job. You saved me. You saved me. Shout out to R. Kelly. Free my nigga.
Jesus made me. In God's eyes. This is Christmas, but I ain't surprised.
Nope.
It's the same thing every year.
Every year. No gifts. Whole gifts. Motherfuckers need some smoke.
You want a PS5, but all year you ain't been shit but live.
Yep.
Acting up. Acting like shit. But you was a bitch.
But you was a bitch. Find you in a ditch. Cause you was a snitch. You trying to get rich. Niggas trying to fit. Try on my new fit. I'm trying to get lit. What you trying to sip? 1738, about to escape. Find me in a Ford Escape. By the lake, chilling with a bad joint.
It's the police. Ford Escape.
That's definitely police. Or progressive insurance for you.
Guess what? You still get shot at. You still get popped at. Why you gonna?
How many beats we gonna do? We need to go live. They asking for it.
Who's they? I'm getting the fuck out of here. Let me just drink.
Don't be scared, man.
Now listen, shout out to USPS, man, on some real shit. You know what I'm saying?
Your lift ain't outside yet.
Hey, listen.
I got lifts down here?
Don't check
the falls. Y'all done came up.
Nah, listen, it's just my homies, though. Them is my homies. But the thing that fucked me up was they still charged me $50 for the other joint. I was like, I'm not
your homies.
So if I get another lift, that means I certify that last ride was straight. That's why I had to ask him for a ride.
Did you go live, Merg?
Hey, what we going live about? Ty, you staying on live?